Hello, and welcome to data meeting number 1 presentation for Group 1. This is Jacob, and I will be narrating for Group 1 this time. So here's the agenda for our presentation. As you can see, there is quite a bit to get through, so I will go ahead and get started. So first off, introduction. So obviously there's me, Jacob. I'm the facilitator and technology keeper. You have Laurissa, who is the recorder. And then you have Kristen, who is the timekeeper. Our meeting information was January 31st at 7 p.m. We used Zoom, Excel, and Google Docs, and all members were present. So the purpose and summary of our meeting, as a group, present data sets, enact and discuss the Notice and Wonder protocol, craft, refine, exploratory questions, and then create plans for next meeting and upcoming assignments. So now we're going to talk about the meat and beans of the presentation, which is notice, wonders, and exploratory statements. So our standard and objectives that we chose. Standard 1.1, the student will demonstrate understanding of the structure and functions of government and politics in the United States. Objective 1, identify the 3 branches of government. Objective 2, understand that the Constitution is a living document. And Objective 3, illustrate how the Constitution creates checks and balances for the 3 branches of government. Going into data set number 1 is my data first. So I have charts for all the data. I averaged the data for the objectives so that it looked kind of cleaner and a little bit easier to read that way. So what my notice is, based on averages, about half of the students aren't meeting standard. And the majority of students not doing well or not completing and accurately doing homework. My wonders, I wonder why students are not completing their homework, and then I wonder if we are teaching the content right or making it too difficult. And then finally, my exploratory questions, are we providing enough supports for students to meet standard, and then will more group collaboration benefit those who are struggling? Data set number 2, Laurissa. So she did her data charts in a different way, which I actually kind of ended up liking a lot. But her notices, attendance may not be a factor to students not doing well. Cannot tell if students are not doing homework or doing it wrong, because there's a little confusing to kind of see. Wonders, I wonder how many students are doing the homework and how many are not accurately completing it. As well as I wonder how many students are understanding content prior to the homework. And then finally, her exploratory questions. Can we do more exit tickets and checks for understanding before the students do homework? And then what technology can we use to make lessons more student-centered? Finally, you have Kristen's data sets. She has her objectives in a chart as well. Her notices were, on average, students struggled with the final objective the most. For a few, attendance and performance have a correlated relationship, and the final objective had the biggest variety in score performance. Wonders, for the third objective, what types of assignments are being used to both teach and assess the material? What opportunities should be best suited for group work so that students can discuss the material? How long was spent on instruction for each objective before giving students each of the formative assessments? Then what are the different methods that were used for assignment? Finally, her exploratory questions. How can we identify areas of struggle for the students before teaching the material so that we can plan for these gaps ahead of time? And then what technologies can be used to differentiate and scaffold instruction for students as they advance through the complexities of the objectives. So our conclusions, there's much room for improvement with the class. We noticed that many are not meeting standard. What can be done to improve support and quality teaching in the classroom? And then how can we improve the completion accuracy of homework, which kind of looked like the biggest problems to us as a group. As a group, we felt much more confident and understand how the process will go now. It was a little confusing at first. It took us a little bit of time to kind of figure things out, but we feel a lot better about it now that we've kind of gone through it. We understand how the process kind of goes a little bit better now. We feel more organized and are able to kind of plan better in advance. So this is our conclusions for the first data meeting. Overall, that is our presentation, and we hope to see you next time.